going to continue our live team coverage now. Jeff is standing by with our local forecast, which includes some rain chances, but we want to start with Annalise. And Annalise, Laura made landfall within just the last few hours. We're going to have to wait till the sun comes up, though, to see just the extent of the damage left behind. It is, though, expected to be significant, right?
Oh, absolutely. This one will be historical. It is historical already. So I want to go ahead and switch over to Lynx 1. Jeff is helping me to drive the radar this morning as we're sampling this storm and still watching what is still a well-organized and at this time still a major hurricane, Category 3 status, even though it is well off the shore there. It's moved inland, I'd say about 50 miles or so by now. And as we take a look at that eye wall just to the north of Lake Charles is where we're seeing that eye wall at this time. So we're continuing to kind of focus on this northeast quadrant. We talk about this with hurricanes. That is the most powerful part of the storm. Not to say you're not going to get some powerful winds and rain on the west side, but it tends to be right here on that northeast side where you get those strongest winds. So Jeff, if we can go ahead and kind of sample some of those winds that we are seeing in that northeast quadrant, we will continue to kind of keep an eye. We have had reports through the morning, of course, of these winds topping 100 miles per hour. And I think if we switch on over to Max 2, guys, you can kind of see some of those winds. But we're seeing those winds moving towards the radar and then away from the radar. So that tells you that we've got some really good rotation and a very well-organized eye wall still. Velocity, so this is sampling some of those speeds, perhaps 90 mile per hour, 95 mile per hour winds as we're taking a look closer to that northeastern side around Dry Creek, and that will continue to head up towards around Fort Polk as well. So as we look at these winds, that is, of course, one of the big things. We're talking about some storm reports coming out of this as well, and Jeff sampling some of these spots. Lake Charles saw that eye wall go right over the community of Lake Charles, and we have some reports. A cabana collapsed, it looks like, at the Golden Nugget Hotel, so that's just one. How about this? Wind gusts of up to 137 miles per hour and sustained winds at 102. So we're seeing some incredible reports on those wind speeds, damage to a skyscraper, windows and roofs in downtown Lake Charles as well. Structural damage to a hotel building. Thanks so much for getting those in, Jeff. Going to switch back on over to Max 1, and we are talking about this storm at a Category 3, 120 mile per hour maximum sustained winds. It is moving off to the north at about 15 miles per hour, and we are going to continue to monitor that. But Jeff, there will be a local impact as well. We are seeing at least some low rain chances, right?
Some low rain chances indeed, and they're going to stay small, I'm afraid. We could use the rain, no doubt. Keep in mind, this is the driest this deep in August we've been in 14 years, only a quarter inch of rain at the airport, and that's where the rain is right now. It's way out here off into our eastern counties, but it is kind of creeping this way. We do have a little bit of rain in the forecast right now as we take a live look down into Fort Worth. We got temperatures rising up into the upper 80s by 3 p.m. We'll get into the low 90s. It's going to be very muggy today. Futurecast shows the clouds and that little bit of rain chance that we are expecting here through the afternoon hours. As we heat up, we'll get some thunderstorms going. We have so much moisture in the air getting thrown in from this hurricane, bringing all this deep, moist, tropical moisture even into North Texas, even though most of the rain and all the really heavy rain will be in Louisiana and Arkansas. And then as we get into Friday, well, we're going to have the skies clear. We're going to get into some serious heat. We got temperatures forecasted highs to get into the triple digits, and those feel-like temperatures are going to close in over 105. So we think there's probably going to be a heat advisory out for tomorrow and probably Saturday as well, as we'll have another triple-digit high on Saturday with mugginess and be really close there on Sunday, so maybe even a heat advisory on Sunday. But you can see in the 7-day forecast, we do have temperatures getting a little bit better. We're going to be into the mid-90s by the time we get into Monday and Tuesday with nighttime storms.